Hey nerd fighters, it's Wednesday. I don't know where Mary is. Most of the time, I don't know where the people are I'm doing videos for. I just know that they asked me to do a video for them, and so I do. If I told you what my hidden talents were, they wouldn't be hidden anymore, now would they? However, pretty much the only person on the channel that I've really discussed this with is Renata, so I'm going to go ahead and say that my hidden talent is theater. Specifically musical theater, but theater in general. These are my plays. I think I've got a couple others around somewhere, and then I've got the last 5 years. Selected songs like I'm waiting 5 hours in line and watching the girls just coming and going in dresses that look just like this. I also have a Jerry Herman songbook and a musical theater collection and Alice in Wonderland. As a sophomore in high school, I was the White Rabbit. That was kind of my first foray into theater. And my junior year, I played Annie in the musical Annie. I was Annie in February of 2005. In September, October of 2005, I was Hope Langdon in this lovely little musical comedy murder mystery entitled Something's Afoot. I was kind of the young ingenue who's kind of ditzy, and I was the first one to sing and the last one alive with my love interest. So if that gives you any idea of my role in that. Also, interesting little tidbit about that is that my cousin played my love interest in that show. That was in September, October of 2005. February of 2006, I was the lead in The Spitfire Grill, which is my absolute favorite show I've ever done, and possibly my favorite show. It's a really moving show, and the music and the lyrics are they're really incredible. I've listened to the tune what seems like 50 years, or maybe it was 5. So in November of 2006, I did this little play entitled Anton in Show Business, which is by Jane Martin. And the really cool part about Anton in Show Business is that I played Joby, who was a kind of like a critic. The really cool thing about that is that we did it not really in the round, but it was on 3 sides. So one night I sat next to our reviewer who was reviewing for the Springfield newspaper, and he sent an email to our director saying that he actually thought at first that I was the reviewer for the school newspaper, and we were taking notes at the same time sometimes during that show, so that was kind of March-ish. I was running crew for a Douglas Carter Bean play entitled As Bees in Honey Drown, and in April of the same year, I was assistant stage manager for a show entitled 2 Rooms by Lee Blessing, and it's based on the story of a journalist who was captured in Beirut, and kind of like the story in the movie A Mighty Heart. Around this time last year, I was auditioning for a show entitled Picnic by William Inge, and March of this year, I was in a show called Period of Adjustment, and that is by Tennessee Williams, Kentucky Bill, as I call him. And Ben, who was my acting partner and all of that before, was my husband in Period of Adjustment. I was on the last 13 pages, so that's kind of what my role was in that play. To answer Jonathan's question, my top 5 TV shows I would have on a deserted island would be, I want to say Gilligan's Island because ironic, but I wouldn't really want Gilligan's Island. For sure, Murder, She Wrote, The Facts of Life, The Golden Girls. Sure, Firefly would probably have to be one of them. Also, Law & Order SVU, because there have been so many seasons of it, so there's a lot to watch. And also, Katie, I don't believe I ever ate crayons. I do remember trying to eat Play-Doh, like homemade Play-Doh. It was uber salty, and it was not pleasant.